Today we have DJ Shadow.
Woo! DJ Shadow Dubai, guys. What's up? How are you doing?
Yeah, great. Thank you guys for having me here. Hungover on a Friday morning. You guys
Damn.
Nice.
But this was your timing that you suggested to us.
yeah.
Yes,
We were asking you for an evening slot.
Yeah, just busy in the evenings doing shows, making some money. So yeah, I thought afternoons would be
amazing.
better.
Dude,
Nice,
that's amazing.
nice.
So you've just come back from India, right?
Yes, I had an India tour.
Yeah.
It was about for 4 weeks. It was mix of shows and some travel. So it was great.
Nice.
Nice.
Where are we in India?
Lots of places. Started from Bombay, went to Delhi, then went to Kasol.
Yeah.
Then went to Jodhpur, Goa, Kerala.
Kasol is like my favorite place.
Did you go to Kasol for a gig?
No, I didn't.
No, but Kasol is my favorite place, bro. Like, I don't know if you know that Evergreen Cafe over there, man. That's like our spot, bro. we used to go there.
I've
and
been
we
to
used
Kasol like 2 times.
Okay, that's
and
great.
there's one
Yeah.
cafe I just sit there, like I order like that milkshake. I don't know, for some reason the milkshake and all is so good, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
he
don't know
knows
what
the
they're adding.
It's a happy shake, bro. Just let it slide.
So good, bro.
So how are you, man? Like, let me put it across there. You're what every DJ from Dubai would want to be.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
I hope they do better. But
Like, if they look up there, it's DJ Shadow. Like,
okay,
Yeah.
thanks for
Next
that.
level, man.
Yeah, just been trying hard, hustling, working my way through.
I want to know something about, like, how did you start DJing, and from a place like Dubai, which is distant to Bollywood and other international genres that you are producing and working with. How did you get into all of that? I want to know the story.
Oh, that's right. That's a long story, taking back a few years. Don't want to say how many years. That was age. But yeah, a few years ago, I was in school.
Few years,
A
yeah.
few years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was in science. I was quite a nerd. So I think we had this wall of the DJs going on, competition.
Oh,
Nice.
And there was nobody taking part from the science division. And the teachers were like, if we have to do that contest, there has to be students from the science team as well. And I was like, I just put my hand up and thought, okay, let me try
give
this
it a
out.
shot, yeah?
I had no clue, and obviously I came last
Whoa.
because I had, I think, 3 weeks to prepare. I had to come up with a name. I had to download music. I also had to figure out how to
make
DJ.
it work.
So some of my friends in school tried helping me out, but I had no clue. And I came up with a name, which is Shadow as well. And then,
Sick.
but fell last and embarrassed myself. So that was the start of the journey. And then when I went to uni, I'd forgotten about it. But a couple of years into it, I started interning at an events management company. And that was one of the first times I went to a club. And it was called, at that point of time, Peppermint. And they had this, I think Carl Cox or someone performing. It was crazy, 3,000 people. And I saw him perform, and he had the whole control of the crowd. And when I saw that, I was like, damn, this is like amazing. I've never seen something like that. So that's when I was like, okay, I want to really try this out. Yeah, that's how it all started.
Wow, so Carl Cox is like the guy who made you start DJing.
Yes, funny
Seriously.
enough, Carl Cox on an international level, seeing him perform live. But otherwise, I was really hooked onto music by the Rishi Rich project at that point of time. And I used to follow them. I used to even stalk them, I think, at one point in time. But big fan. Yeah, so I think that music-wise, that's what inspired me. RDB, Rishi Rich project, that kind of music was just coming out. Yeah, that was in terms of music. Yeah.
So were you always interested, like, was music always a thing of yours when, like, let's say you listen to music all the
By
time?
the looks of it wasn't. Like, it was just like...
Yeah.
No,
Looks
it
like,
was
by
our-
looks of it, you went to a concert, Carl Cox is doing amazing,
And you're like,
copy
bro.
paste, like, whoa, and now it's actually happening.
Yeah, I mean, he had control of all the crowd, especially the girls were going crazy. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Fuck yeah.
like
I like that.
it was a WTF moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is a better. I got a better chance doing this than.
Fair. This is like ek tees se do nishane, bro. You like
Yeah,
two
or
birds with
maybe
one
more.
stone.
But yeah, so no, I was not much into music when I was growing up. Coming from a proper Indian conservative family, Kerala family, we were more into. I was very studious. I was a nerd back in school. I was there was 2 options: either become a doctor
engineer.
or an
Or
engineer.
engineer,
Right?
yeah.
And I started my engineering in BITS Pilani.
Sick.
In scholarship, so you know how it was.
What did you
like,
get
I was-
scholarship for?
That means it was top notch.
You were like
I
next level.
Yeah, I
next
was
level guy.
really good in school. Actually, I
Whoa.
was really good in maths at one point of time. I thought I would really, make something amazing
Yeah.
in that
Arya,
field.
Aryabhatta.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was used to even learn Vedic mathematics and stuff like that when I was a kid. I used to read that. But then I got into music, and when I started off, to be honest, it was more like a hobby, passion, or a way to make extra money. I was not really into it. But I think the more I spent time learning the art, more I spent time listening to music and going to different clubs, I realized that there is music inside me. There is something which I really love, and I want to take this ahead and make a proper journey out of it.
Dude,
yeah.
Thank God, man, actually, because a lot of people like have the same thing, but they don't end up doing it. They end up being engineers. And
so you won't believe how I actually started DJing full time. So there was this movie called Rock On, and one day I was watching this movie in the theater, and the next day I went to my boss at that point of time, and I gave him my resignation letter.
Like,
and I said, that's it. And he said, what do you want to do? So I said, listen, I was doing part-time residency at this club. So I said, I'm going to take it full time. And this is what I really want to do. And he said, are you crazy? Like, you're getting paid well, you're having a time of your life. I said, nah, I'll regret it. So if I don't give it a chance, I'll regret it later, like how it was in the movie.
Yeah.
So then I thought,
oh my God, you were inspired
from the movie Rock On.
Wow.
So I thought
that was the motivation.
That was the motivation. So I thought I'll be 40 looking back and be like, why didn't I give it a chance? And I told my boss, he thought I was crazy. I gave my resignation letter. And a week after that, the place I had a residency in closed down.
Fuck me.
Yeah, so
Whoa.
So I was sitting at home for 2 months. But the good part is, I guess that 2 months, I gave it my all because my mom was like, cursing me, what the hell have you done? So at that point of time, I think I gave myself completely into learning the art and getting better at it. Because initially it was just, I was just there. I was a young kid. I had a lot of friends who used to come down to the clubs and stuff like that. But then I gave those 2 months, I think I learned a lot. Sitting at home, I think when you're down and out is the best time to, learn something or get back. Like they say, the comeback is greater than the setback. And that's what happened.
Damn.
2 months later, I came back with a vengeance. Yeah.
Where did you join then after that? Like, which club did you join?
I think there was a club called Elegante. So I joined there, and then I think we made a lot of great memories there. It was one of the biggest Desi nights which happened there.
Yeah.
And there was a point of time where people from Bombay were actually flying down on the weekend to party in Elegante. Yes.
Wow, dude.
Wow. The one Elegante is the one in Dubai, right?
Yes, Dubai. Yes.
Oh, yes.
I mean, for all the Dubai kids, I think it's a memory. You guys were too young for it.
No, but I like Elegante changed to something else.
Yeah.
And then changed to something else.
Yeah, but by the time it was by the time
Velvet or something?
It became Velvet and then a couple of other things.
Something like that. So then that time you were there.
All right.
Elegante was like my elder sister's time.
No, like, but I do remember like we used to go for dandiya and stuff.
Okay.
So like I used to always have heard your name, Shadow, because I have an elder sister and she used to go clubbing.
Oh,
so
nice.
they used to talk about what DJs are there and stuff
Okay.
like. So I've always heard your name since I was a child.
Okay, great.
So like that's fucking
That was just a few years ago.
few years. I was a child just a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
so
man,
that's
still
cool.
very young.
So, like, let's say you're from a conservative family, right?
Yes,
As you said. So, where did you practice?
At home, so I bought the CD player. So what I used to do is, back in the days, there was no YouTube, there was no academy, and DJing was not even considered a profession for people to teach. So I had bought this book online, which took 3 weeks to come, and it was about DJing. But imagine trying to understand what DJing is through a book. So I used to read like almost 6-7 pages. The same night, I used to go to a club. At that point of time, I used to go to the same club in Fairmont. I think it was called Tangerine at that point of time. Every night I used to go, watch the DJ perform, and then I used to try thinking that what is he trying to do according to the book. And I used to go back home at 3 in the morning and then practice that till 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, till my parents wake up. So once they wake up, then I have to pretend, I'm sleeping.
So, what is this secret superstar stuff going on here,
so that's why it was quite secretive. So it was like out in the night without them knowing, used to sneak out and then come back and practice on my headphones, because I could not put the speakers on.
So that was my next question, like, didn't they wake up? Like,
So one day I got caught. So I just walked in, the lights were off, and then I switched the lights on, and my mom was sitting right in the middle of the hall with the broom in her hand.
Where were you?
Yeah, man. That is... Oh Oh man, we haven't done the sneak out situation in a while.
Bro,
Yes,
we
yeah.
used to sneak out and just go to like McDonald's to meet everyone. This guy's sneaking out and going clubbing, bro. Like I've never done that, man.
So yeah, even the promoter used to ask me, what are you doing? Because on the weeknight, sometimes there used to be nobody.
Yeah.
And I used to be the only guy standing there looking at the
Whoa.
DJ.
Yeah.
And the promoter used to be like, are you mad? And he used to see me every day because the thing is, obviously my entry was sorted because I was regular there.
Yeah.
And then seeing the same DJ perform, then obviously I could understand the nuances
trying
and
to
what
do.
he's trying to do. So yeah, that took 2 months. Yeah, that was like, I think, like I said, was the breakthrough moment for me.
Wow, man.
How did you switch from being someone who mixes at a club to then going on and producing your own music?
Well, I think at some point of time, I realized that there's a huge market in India. Dubai was great. I felt like the king of Dubai. But where else could I take this?
Yeah.
So, I realized to enter the India market because so huge, so competitive, and the creativity they have out there is massive. Like they are really good at their job. So I thought, how do I move my art to a different city, different country? So that's when I realized that maybe making remixes and stuff like that would be the way to go. And secondly, also at one point of time, I wanted to change the remixes which were being put out. When I started DJing, so there used to be 1-2 hours of house music which would go on, and then 1 hour of mostly Himesh Reshamia remixes, that kind of music which goes on. And the last 1 hour used to be Amitabh Bachchan songs, original tracks. So
Okay.
this was the template in every club in Dubai.
Okay.
And mostly in India, unless in India there was some Punjabi music and stuff like that. But Dubai, this was the scene. And being a Dubai kid, I could not relate to it because we grew up listening to a lot of international sounds as well. We used to go to Boudoir at that point of time,
We've
lots of
been
clubs.
born and brought up in like a multicultural
Multicultural,
society, right?
listening to
So-
Arabic music, listening
Yeah.
to lots of English music,
Yeah.
listening to Smack That and stuff at that
Yeah,
point of
yeah,
time. And so I thought, how do I mix this up together? So these things made me realize that maybe I should start making my own remixes and get into that. So yeah, that's how that journey started off, making remixes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is sick, man. Like, but now, how do you jump from remixes to collaborating with international artists and artists from India as well and Pakistan, like everywhere?
I
Basically.
saw Guru Randhawa was this thing, right?
Yeah, I've done a track with Guru. He's a really good friend of mine. We have a new song coming out after 2 months as well, so
Hey.
super excited.
Sick.
Yeah, so remixes started, and I think a few years after that, then it was more like a creativity block. What do we do next? Because we've done the remixes, and also there were a lot of remixes coming out from Bollywood itself, a lot of remix.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, why not try producing some original tracks? I just like the DJing, initially I really was bad at it, and I think I made a lot of mistakes. Made a lot of tracks which sounded like remixes, or made a lot of tracks which was not me.
Yeah.
I think I tried copying whatever was trending at that point of time. But like spending a lot of time again, I think I had a breakup at that point of time, and then I spent a lot of time in the studio at some point of time in my life, and then that really helped. And then it was from remixes to productions, and then into collaborations. Collaborations again because I wanted to put out music which I felt was close to me. And like I said, I used to listen to a lot of international sounds, and I wanted to have the same in my productions.
Fair.
So it was all about bringing two artists together. That was a plan, and still at it.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
And
amazing.
What do you think like about? Because I know Raghav keeps telling me like the Bollywood music is not that great. Like
At the moment, it's at an all-time low, according to me.
I think it's still good.
picking up though, a little
I'm
bit,
not too sure about the remakes which are coming out because there are a lot of remakes. But then I'm a DJ, so I should not be complaining about that. But it says that then as a set, like when you're playing songs, you are like left with a limited choice because most of the songs are being repeated or.
And all the old songs are being remixed again.
Remixed,
So
yeah.
whatever pool you have to remix, the older ones, they're already being done.
Yeah, so we don't have any fresh songs, but I would still say on a broader spectrum, like let's say the Indian pop music is really booming.
Yeah.
AP, Shub, Punjabi pop is really going crazy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of regional pop music as well, which is going crazy.
Yes.
But I still feel Bollywood is the number one in terms of like if I'm traveling to the US or any of those places, they follow Bollywood like anything. So for them, that's the epitome of what they want to hear. So yeah, and there have been quite a few good numbers in Bollywood this year, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I was actually listening to like this kid, man. Remember our
Just the kid.
Harsh Lakhari. What is his name?
Yeah, he's a rapper. He's a young Punjabi rapper.
Super good.
He's
man.
like a new find for everyone.
Yeah,
so
man.
like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like, how did you like manage to collaborate with like someone like Lil Pump? Like, how did that come into your head? Like,
so it was all about putting out music, original music, which I was doing in my sets, right? So in my sets, while playing music, DJing, it was all about playing a couple of Bollywood songs, put in an R&B song, or put in a house song. So I was wondering how to get that feel into a track which I'm producing. So I guess that the best bit would be to get an international artist on a song. So the journey wasn't easy. It took about 2 to 3 years convincing an artist. The first artist, which was first artist I worked with, international artist, was Sean Paul. It took a lot of hustling. It took a lot of meetings. And the visions were different as well. They thought Indian music was different from what I was proposing to them. They thought they listened to Snake Charmer and thought that snake sound. We will sample the snake sound. And that's what they wanted. So it was a journey. But I really wanted to do it. And being in Dubai, being in that hub where East meets West, you get to meet a lot of people. So Sean Paul was performing in one of the shows in Dubai, met his manager at the after party, and then proposed this to him. And he liked the idea. He was like, okay, there's a huge Indian audience. At that point of time, when we made the song, though, I think we were like maybe not ready for it. Maybe the crowd was not ready for it. The audience was not ready.
I think it was quite a forward. Like if you release it now.
It was like we did it in 2016, game, right? And right now the collaboration game is strong. So that was 8 years ago. Exactly. So maybe it was like.
Because I was going through, I was just trying to anyway, I download your remixes because I somewhat DJ at home.
All right.
For my crowd,
nice.
4 or 5 of us, we're just chilling. So that was the party happening last night.
Right? Okay.
So obviously I was going through downloading your songs, blah blah blah, and I played. I was looking at Ziggat remix. Everyone lost their shit.
Yeah, that's one of my remixes got really, really popular. It gets played. I think it's still in festivals.
I'm telling you, it has been party on hard.
Okay.
Just a few hours ago. Like straight
good.
up, I'm telling you that.
That's nice, yeah.
Who was in that party, man?
Just us only, bro.
You were not invited, obviously.
You were not there, bro. You need to be in Livan for that party. It's the Livan party.
Alright.
Okay, so anyway, I was going through your the songs to download, and I saw the song with Sean Paul, and I had not known about it earlier. When I heard it, I was like, bro, and it said 7-8 years ago or something. If you release that now, can you re-release them?
Yeah, to be honest, I've been in talks with Sean for the same. So, like I said, I felt the video, the music at that point of time was too much for the crowd to take at that point of time because they hadn't heard something like that.
Yeah.
And Badshah was just booming at that point of time as well. So I think if we re-release now with Badshah, it's gonna be crazy.
You know how Taylor Swift re-released all of her songs under her this thing?
Yeah.
So that is a big part of her becoming. She's a billionaire now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
maybe I think the crowd, the audience would be really
they would
ready for it now. Yeah.
That'll be crazy, man, if you do it. Who's the most fun artist that you've worked with?
Fun artist, I think Honey Singh for sure. He's crazy, and he's been an inspiration since I started DJing. So to be with him in the same room, he's he's got his different sides, and he can be quite crazy. So Honey Singh for sure.
Honey Singh, dude. We need to get Honey Singh on, bro.
Dude, I was gonna say something, but I can't say things like that because there are a few things we can't say.
All right. I thought it was unfiltered.
It is unfiltered, but he just need to say it.
Friend will kill me, bro. Right.
So you're saying something about you having an experience with pseudoscience, right?
Pseudoscience, we were speaking about this earlier,
Which I don't believe in, guys.
Rohit is a non-believer in pseudoscience.
Okay, so do you want to tell what pseudoscience is?
Pseudoscience is basically, so what we are trying to say here is believe in energy.
Okay.
Like any sort of energy healing or those kind of things, holistic stuff.
Okay.
So anything to do with holistic things, he has zero belief.
Okay.
And I believe in it.
All right.
Maybe not everything, but things I can pick up from and it relates to me, I do believe in those things. Got it. What's your story on that?
Well, I do have a story. It can be called coincidence as well because it's all about believing or not, right? Yeah. So I also used to not believe much in this. But there's an incident which shook me up. It was I think a year and a half ago. So I was on my flight and I was on the phone and there was this guy next to me on the flight and he kept looking at me. And it was like 10-15 minutes and he's still staring at me. So I decided to keep the phone down and asked him, hey, can I help you? So he's like, yes, I need a favor. So I said, okay, what is it? So he's like, we are flying to Delhi. It's a long story though. So
No, go for it, man. Like, yeah,
so he's like, we're heading to Delhi and he's like, I'm staying JW Marriott and how do we get there? So I said, it's right next to the airport. It's in Aerocity. So just take a cab. He's like, how do I get a cab? Now he's trying to like, get on my nerves, but I'm still calm. Usually I'm not this calm, but I was like, okay. So I said, you can just step out. There's this taxi stand and you just, it's just 5 minutes. So he's like, I can't do that. I said, okay.
What?
And I asked why. And he's like, because I can't take noise. So I said, so how do I help you? He's like, can you help me out with the number or, because I'm trying to call and nobody's answering. So I actually knew the manager of JW because I've stayed there umpteen number of times. It was 10:30 in the night, 12 o'clock, midnight. I still picked up the call. I don't know why. I called the manager and set it up for him. And he was really happy. And then he told me, I'm really grateful to you. And I normally don't talk to people. I'm a monk. But the reason I've spoken to you is because, the universe wants me to speak to you and there is something maybe you need to get out of me.
Fuck.
So I was like, okay. And 2 minutes later, the flight was taking off and he went into a trance. Like he was just sitting down and as if he was
operating back to meditation.
Yeah, back in meditation mode and he was like in his zone. So I let him be and then I put the TV on and I was watching a movie and then he asked me, can I switch the TV off? And I said, it's a long trip. What should I do? So he's like, no, I have something for you. So he took a book out and he said, maybe you can read this book. So I said, I'm not too sure about that. So he said, no, there's a chapter I would like you to read. And the book was about life and death. It was a Buddhist book. And the chapter he chose was death.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, let me give it a try. I read the chapter. It was quite interesting. At that point of time, I didn't think much of it. And I fell asleep.
Okay.
I had no clue. And then I woke up and then I spoke to him a bit and he was telling me how he became a monk and all of that. We connected and all of that. And I think about 10 days later, my dad passed away. And I was really, really heartbroken. Like I was crying every day for I think about 10, 12 days. And the last day when we were doing the rites, the final rites, I was still like broken down. And I don't think I told this to many people, but then at that point of time, I remember the monk, and then somehow what I read in the chapter came back to me. It was about, the reason for death and what do you do, or how do you prepare for death, and how do you let your relative go to the next. So,
oh fuck, I just got chills.
Yeah, so at that point of time, I just, I stopped crying. I became the strong member in the family, and then I was, consoling my mom and everybody. But till then, I was the weakest because I was the youngest kid.
Yeah.
And I bought the book, I read, the book, and it just made me a lot stronger. And I keep looking at it and thinking about that. He maybe came down just to prepare me for it.
Wow. Sick. And monks don't talk, like, they're just silent, right?
I don't know about that. I've never met a monk before, but he did tell me that he doesn't talk normally to people, and but he just spoke to me because he had
felt
to.
something.
Yeah.
Wow. Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That's
insane.
actually crazy, man. But like.
So that's the kind of thing, like, I believe, like, if it's a monk,
Okay.
or like, when these guys are in their meditative state, they can sense more than, like, usual. Like, you increase your awareness.
You meditate, bro?
Yeah, I meditate once a day.
Increase your...
Well, he's been to Kasol a few times to increase his awareness.
I just have to, like, do this.
Bro,
I need to go to Kasol and meditate, bro. That's the other level shit.
I cannot meditate, bro. There's a lot of things going on in my head, bro. I cannot sit down and...
But that's the point. When you meditate, the whole point of meditation is that you, like, slowly listen to whatever you're saying, and eventually there'll be nothing left in your head. That's when you start moving forward.
That's even more scarier, by the way. If there's nothing
Why?
left in my head, bro, I'll be like...
do you meditate?
No, I've never tried.
Dude.
Only medicate.
So think about it. If there's nothing in your head, no thoughts, you would just be like, dude, what the fuck?
I'm looking for, like, medicate plus meditate.
You know what I mean? Like,
so, yeah. You don't believe in it, but did that increase some belief in you?
It did at some point, but yeah, I haven't really gone like deep into it. I think it comes naturally to you, right? It's like a being religious, right? It's like a calling.
I don't think it's religious. That's the difference. Like, there's a big difference between religious and spiritual.
No, I meant it's like I mean, at least for me, like when I became religious, it was on my own. Like, it was not like I was taught.
Like no one told you.
Nobody
like you
told me, okay,
got,
go pray.
Attracted
So
yourself.
I just got attracted to it. So maybe it's a journey I have to go through, and some point of time,
Possible.
I'll become a little more spiritual. I'll believe in this. But at this moment, that was the only incident which shook me up.
Fair enough, dude. So you're traveling so much. Where is the time to create the music?
So the year is split into two parts actually. So everybody thinks that okay, I'm traveling all the time, but it looks like that. But the year is split into two parts. So it's from Diwali to Holi is usually the time when the weddings happen, the tours happen, the tours to India happens.
Yeah.
So in that point of time, I'm traveling every day. So it's like mostly from one city to the other, one country to the other, because weddings is where we make our living. So so those 6 months is quite crazy in terms of travel. That's you cannot do much. Like you wake up in one city. There have been times where I have woken up, I have no idea where I am. And sometimes you're doing 2 shows on the same day. It gets crazy.
Yeah.
So that's that Diwali to Holi time. And then there's the 6 months where it's a mix of, like, let's say I'm doing my Australia tour, US tour, taking a break, going to Europe, partying, or going to some festivals and making some music. So it's split
up that way.
So earlier when I started doing remixes, it was easier because I was not a touring DJ.
Yeah.
But now that I know that I tour, then I just have to discipline myself that when I have the free time, that okay, I do the partying as well, but
you need to work on your thing.
Work on my music and stuff like that. And also I think me traveling also inspires me a lot. I get my inspiration a lot from traveling. Even the song with Lil Pump and Honey Singh, the inspiration came when I was in Tulum. There was this new kind of there's a new kind of
Tulum, man.
there's a new kind of sound which had come up, which was from Dominican Republic, and I really wanted to try something like that.
That is crazy, dude.
Bro, but as a DJ, like, what all weird requests do you get, man? Like,
I think initially I used to get irritated by requests, but to be honest, I'm fine with it now. I think I've made peace with it. At some point of time, you get requests which are quite good. I mean, the crowd has become educated. 10 years back, when the crowd wasn't that educated, you couldn't blame them because there's no YouTube. Now people are listening to Spotify. People sometimes know more music than me. They introduced me to more music. So requests I don't think are bad at this stage, because people listen to a lot of international music. People listen to a lot of music. Sometimes it does get like when people want that particular song right now. But otherwise I try incorporating, if I have the song, if it's easy for me to download, let's say, it's fine with me. Yeah, but it's not like I can drop it right now just because.
Unless one second.
Unless you're popping a ace of spades for me, then that's I could. I make exceptions.
As if you want him to like play your song.
Right now,
That's all it takes.
Man.
I wanted to actually know, like, you play for a crowd in Dubai, and then, as you said, you've been going a lot to India.
Yes.
For your tours, for your shows, weddings, etc. Is there a different way that you play when you're in Dubai? For this particular crowd, something else works, and for India, you got to plan a different way?
Yeah, it's definitely like that. I think the music in Dubai is a bit different, at least what I play out. And in India as well, now it's divided, because there's a lot of this Indo tech house music coming out. So some of the crowd in some cities still like the EDM bangers, the Bolly EDM, and some like the Bolly house. So it's more like you start for 20-25 minutes and you're just trying to figure out what are they into. And obviously in India, more like the guest DJ, the DJ they were all paying and coming for. So it's a bit more of a show. There's more craziness involved. In Dubai, I try to be a bit more grounded because I'm a Dubai boy. But I still try to imbibe the madness and the craziness which has happened in India on my tour,
because in India,
to give the energy.
You blow like smoke on them and like this confetti all over the crowd, and I don't think that sort of stuff happens here.
Not in that scale, not really. But I'm trying to bring that sort of madness to Dubai as well, because I think it's needed. The Dubai scene over the last 1.5 years, I feel has become a bit stagnated. So I think there has to be a little more craziness, because in India the market has really gone mad. The clubs are gone bigger. It's just crazy scenes out there, and the music wise as well, people are experimenting a lot, listening to different kinds of music. So
because now you said that someone was telling me that Dubai is the best place when it comes to clubbing, and now you're saying it's stagnated.
No, I meant in in terms of only Desi music.
Like it hasn't moved ahead.
Moved ahead, yeah.
Okay.
It's still in the what we used to play 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's still the music scene is still the same. We haven't really gone to the next step. I feel
So you
like
think
if you're
that
thinking, if you're playing,
sound is the next.
definitely is the next sound, but it's all. I don't think anybody has perfected it yet. Like it's there. Like 80% there, but for it to be completely commercialized, maybe there's still a few steps. I think lots of DJs are trying. Some are doing good, some are not doing that good. Even I've been putting out a lot of mixes. I think
I heard recently.
Yeah. So I've been putting a lot of mixes just to get the feedback. To be honest, I did a show where not a show, just a private scene where I was just testing out this kind of new music, and I released 3-4 songs people really liked, and some are like okay. So yeah, it's more of a.
I wanna come for one of these.
Yeah,
like,
trust me.
like,
Even I'm just.
just call me, bro. I just wanna just be there.
So I'm doing one of that on the May 10th actually in Dubai.
Sick.
Yeah, it's in a club called Vice.
Nice.
We are calling it the Desi Boiler Room.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh wait, I saw the video. You did something like this.
We did that on a smaller scale last month, but now we are actually going big. So that's going to be a really. So I'm preparing it like as if it's my first show, because I'm making a lot of music for that one, and like I said, I'm testing it out. I'm sending it to friends on some of the WhatsApp group. Yeah,
bro.
And I actually a couple of weeks back, I gave one of my mixes to a DJ to play in a club. I didn't tell it's mine, and he dropped it, and the crowd went crazy, and I was like, okay, it's working. So some are like really, really working. So for me also it's a journey.
Yeah, true.
And
like
also to understand when to drop that kind of mixes, and in what city, where, because it's a very intimate sound as well. So some of the clubs are like these huge clubs where that kind of sound might not really work for the moment.
Okay.
I mean, obviously in the Western scene, Anima, Afterlife, all these DJs have taken it to a big stage.
They've taken it to the next level.
Next level. But I think for the Bollywood techno, it's still on that intimate level where people are like, in the boiler room kind of setup.
I think people are still getting used to
it.
Not going like that.
Because
instead of like, just calm down.
Because it's easier. I think it's also easier for a person to dance on an EDM song, because then there's a whole 3, 2, 1 jump, and
you just know when to do what.
Because the DJ or the song is just telling you jump, and you just need to jump.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Okay, yeah. So, but here you need to really give yourself into the music, because you need to know when the drop is coming. Everything is like.
It's not a guided.
It's not a guided tour.
You just need to know how the sound is.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of surprises in there. Like let's say you're playing a normal remix, where the verse is going to be, where the chorus is going to be there, where the hook line is. Everybody knows it, So people are just waiting for Abhi to party shuru, and then 3, 2, 1 jump. It's a very happy vibe, right? Yeah.
Dude, I like that 3 to 1. It gives them cue to
It gives them a cue because
I need it, bro. I can't do like 3 to 1, batao. Oh man, nothing, bro.
So yeah, I think it's about educating not just the crowd. Even I'm getting educated. So for me, it's also a learning experience. So yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. So it's only second half of the year where you're creating music.
So it's more, it's the summertime, creating music as well as traveling. It's a mix of both. I travel to a lot of festivals actually, because I think that gives me a lot of inspiration. Also to understand what the new DJs are bringing out, like Like
you're living that life as a consumer as well.
Yes, yeah.
As well as then you're converting that into like.
Yeah,
your
for
own
sure.
sound.
Like if I hadn't gone to Tulum, if I hadn't gone to these places, explore the music there, I don't think I would have understood how to bring out this Bolly techno as well, right? I mean, then I would just be looking at other DJs doing it, but now I've seen I've experienced it myself, so I know what kicks, when it kicks, and how it is supposed to be. So it definitely helps. And seeing all these DJs perform, like Dimitri Vegas, like Mike, David Guetta, on the EDM scene, for me that's like a huge kick. Like,
so who's your favorite like producer DJ?
Producer DJ DVLM for sure. I mean, more than the production side, just the energy they bring on the stage. They jump, they go crazy.
You're known for that, right? Like just going ham.
Yeah, so try doing the same, because I just love them, because I think they bring a different sort of energy to their sets. Otherwise, my all-time favorite always has been David Guetta. I got into DJing, look at him. And for me, that one more inspiration, when COVID hit and I was feeling down and out, when David Guetta became number 1 again after 10 years in the DJ mag, for me that was like, if he can do it, what am I doing sitting down and thinking, COVID has hit, I should just chill. So yeah.
Fair. You said COVID was a very big time for you, right?
Yes, yeah.
Like personally.
Wait, yeah.
Like what changed? Did something change? What was your COVID life like?
I think it was...
I'm assuming because he's I mean, because you go out, you party so much, you do everything.
Yeah, like where are you partying? Kagi, where are the parties,
Everything's
man?
shut down.
Everything shut down. I think COVID was very tough, mostly for all the artists.
Yes.
And I was a person who have never stayed alone in my life. So for me, when COVID hit, I was stuck in my apartment. And I didn't know what to do. So the first few days were fun because we were Zooming and then I was listening to a lot of music.
Yeah.
I was dancing on my own. I put some music on and dancing on my own. I thought life is good.
Yeah.
But I think a week, 2 weeks into it, then I felt, okay, where is life going? And then there's a lot of, you start overthinking about things.
That's
Yeah.
the problem when you're alone, man.
Yeah, alone, yeah. So
That's when you need to meditate. That's the cue. Like,
so I think it was really tough. One thing which really helped me though was I was cleaning up my room. I was actually trying to throw a lot of stuff. So I saw this journal which I, found, and then it was while flying earlier when I was a kid, going for shows. I used to write a bit. Like, how was the show? What did I do? And all of that. So I have no memory of that, as in not much, because you've lived that life. So when I was reading it, then I realized how far I've come. And then I did also realize that I've not come this far just to be here. Like, I want to take it ahead. And for me, that realization was very important. So that's how I got up back from the COVID times. Thought, let's restart things, yeah.
wow, dude. That's great. That happened to like lots
like-
of people, right?
Yeah,
Like
it did. For me also, I was thinking that, okay, fine, life, health is more important, hustle is not. Maybe I should just take it easy. Why am I traveling so much?
Yeah.
Do I need to?
Dude,
Yeah.
That happened to a lot of people.
Yeah,
right?
I started overthinking, like, okay, maybe it's all right if I spend some time on my own. Maybe
Yeah.
it's okay, because
Yeah.
I lived a life where the hustle was on since I was probably
I
16,
feel like
17.
you realized after a long time how it is like to be a normal human
Normal
being.
human being. So,
Right.
because since the age of 16, I've been working non-stop.
Yeah.
So, it was like, that was my first stop.
Break,
Break.
like,
And I was like, yeah,
whoa.
it broke me a bit though.
Yeah. No, because like suddenly, like let's say if a car is like going and then you put the emergency brakes
Yeah,
on.
it was, yeah. I think it was
Dude,
for most of us in the
yeah,
creative
yeah.
industry. So, yeah, it took, I think it took a while for me to even get back into the creative zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, but I was so bored, and I was like during the lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
I started coloring my hair.
Oh, okay. Yourself, huh?
So I was like, 1 week my hair was red in color. One week it
He's
was-
dying his
So
hair
some of
every-
them. So, hopefully, you opened a salon after that.
No,
And
bro,
it made some good money.
I messed up because I was like, shit, my hair got fucked. And I was like, 1 week it was red, 1 week it was blonde.
1 week it became pink because the red faded off to pink.
Yeah,
Like, that's
So
what I
yeah.
remember.
at least it looked good on the Zoom calls.
Yeah. Oh,
You should
dude,
just use a filter.
dude, I remember those
You love
Zoom calls.
coloring your hair, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Why did you color your hair? I think I've seen you with red.
Red, yes.
Is it just because you want? I saw you wearing red as well. Is
No,
it just
at
for
one-
that day or
no,
how
at
does it
one
work?
point of time, I thought I needed, I was looking like a really, like how would I say, Sida Sada guy, DJ. So I thought maybe I needed some madness into me. So
Yeah.
that point of time, I tried different colors, which is red, blue,
Wow,
all of that. Yeah,
same,
got
bro,
fun. Yeah,
like,
I was more summer colors, so I was traveling a lot as well. That point of time,
Yeah.
I think I was going to some festival, so it looked cool.
Did you feel like whoa?
No, I didn't.
I'm something like I've
No,
colored
I
my
didn't
hair.
feel
Did
that,
you
but a
like-
lot of people just come to you then, like, hey,
Yeah.
what's up, man? Love your
Yeah.
hair color. So, especially when you're outside of Dubai
Yeah.
or traveling in Europe, people are more friendly,
Yeah.
and then this is come and tell you anything, like,
Yeah.
hey, your hair color is
And that
whack.
feels
or-
good, right?
Yeah, it
Like-
feels good. So, yeah,
Not in India, though. Maybe in India they'll be looking at you like. "Ye guy
he's
is-"
from TikTok.
Yeah, ये TikToker है.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it could be because
Yeah.
a lot of people in India do that.
So, how active are you on social media?
So for the last few months, actually, I've not been as active as I should have or could have been. But like after this, the whole holiday I had this trip, I think I
Yeah.
really want to be more active on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as such, I've not been. I think I
Yeah.
should have. I think, like I said, after COVID, it was a bit slow. But now I think I'm back.
Because I'm seeing you like all of your posts are like you performing. It feels like you don't have time for anything else.
Yeah,
You know what I
it
mean?
does-
Like-
it does look like that.
Well, I wish, yeah, but I think I should connect with the audience a bit more, which I haven't for the last few years. But yeah, I think
But this
I'm
is a
ready
great
for
way to connect with your
Yeah,
audience.
that's
as
why I'm
well,
here.
right? Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it. Now we
See,
found out
that's
the reason.
that's why I asked, bro. It was a setup for him.
Great way to connect to your audience, man. That's great, man. Fuck.
Ronak, how does it feel to wear shades?
Yeah, I'm wearing shades because your shadow's wearing shades.
Yeah, and I was not informed.
Yeah, so I just saw some shades. Thank
What-
you, Asad, for the shades.
Why did you choose the name Shadow?
I wish I had a better story to say, but going back to how we started the conversation, it was in
sounded
school.
cool.
Yeah, it was in school. And at that point of time in Dubai, everybody had these cool names as a
obviously.
DJ. There's DJ Hummer, DJ Cowboy, DJ Jaguar. And I had to come up with a cool name. Yeah, else and
You're not
how
in
would
the
I?
mar- you're
Yeah,
not
how would I
the-
impress the
yeah.
girls, right?
Fair.
Yeah. So
Did you become a DJ for the girls? I feel like there's a lot to do with like
is it
girls
both, like-
in this DJing system.
Well, I would tell you the truth, but I think maybe not out here. It will be maybe some other.
But is it a factor in you becoming a DJ?
Yes.
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 Wow.
That's fine, you know. That's
Guys,
not
if
bad.
you want chicks, you can just
Yeah, I
produce
mean,
music.
No, but I would say
Okay,
I would say that was one of the reasons I got attracted to DJing. But I would really say it out loud that if you don't really enjoy music so much, you wouldn't make it big, or it would get to you.
Fair.
Because there are times when it's just you're playing the same songs, you're in different places, you're different cities, and especially in Bollywood songs, there's this 30, 40 songs you're playing. So it can get a bit boring. But I
Like
love my
shadi
Bollywood
music
music. I
and
love,
all, like-
yeah, you're playing weddings, but I love my music, especially Bollywood. So for me, it's not a job, it's a
That's the
journey.
thing. So
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, I want to get the chicks. We all got to put in the hard
No,
work.
I
bro.
was just fucking around.
Guys, you got to
like-
put in the hard work. Don't listen to
Just put the hard work in. and-
Yeah. So Shadow, I was a nerd in school. I needed an alter ego. I was a big
Yeah.
Batman fan, so I thought, I needed someone like me and someone else. So it was me and my Shadow.
Wow.
So Shadow's supposed to be the crazy guy. while I
So,
was-
so because you were like a Sida Sada,
I was,
like,
yeah.
like
Nerd,
like
I was a
studious
nerd.
guy, and
Yeah.
then that's like literally the opposite.
Yeah, that was literally the opposite because I was a nerd in school. I remember 11th standard, like my maths teacher told me that I'm going to make it really, really big.
Yeah.
You did.
In
You
math.
did,
In
technically.
maths.
Well, yeah, but there's a little bit of calculations required in
True.
DJing. So,
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
did make it big. It's not like you did.
Yeah.
She wasn't wrong.
Your math teacher was right. Dude.
Yeah, she was right. My maths teacher, actually no, my bio teacher told me I'll become a farmer, bro. So it's okay, bro.
Hey,
I-
but you did do some farming when you went
For
to
a
India.
bit,
that's great.
I was during I was in India. I was like, yeah,
Oh, that's
let me try it
amazing,
out,
though.
man.
Yeah, I've always been intrigued by that, actually.
Yeah, it was not. It was so hard.
Do you're what planting?
So,
What tea? You're plucking tea leaves
no,
out?
We are
What is
making
it?
kombucha also because a cousin of mine, he has this kombucha thing in
Oh, that's amazing.
Panchgani. So he was like,
Oh,
oh yeah,
nice place.
Let me just help you make. And I started helping him. He's like, you're staying away, so might as well just.
All
help
right,
me.
yeah.
And then there's some farming and all going on. He's like,
Great.
yeah, take this and all. I was like, bro.
No, it's a I think a big opportunity.
Yeah.
In Thailand as well, some farms have opened up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those will be some nice farms. But now it's going back to
I don't
no
know, but
farms.
yeah, maybe.
That's what
yeah.
I heard.
Yeah.
No more farming.
Yeah.
allowed.
But I think I've always been intrigued by farming because I come from a village, so
Yeah.
I've seen all of that.
Okay, so you've
yeah.
seen it around.
Yeah, I would love to. I don't know if I can farm myself, but I would love to create an ecosystem.
You'd like to get a
Yeah.
farm and like. see
Yeah,
your
create a
own
farm
thing.
and maybe do something which makes their life easier. I would
Fair.
at some point of
Yeah.
time would love to do that. Yeah.
Fair. What is your version of giving back to the people? Like,
Well-
how do you like contemplate that in your head?
I don't know. I don't think I've thought about that much yet. But I know at some point of time I want to give back in terms of this art, what I've learned. I want to give it in some way or the other. Actually, I have an idea I've been working on for the last 2 months in terms of music, which is for campus shows. Which I do a lot of college festivals.
Yeah.
But I can't talk about it now because
Okay.
I don't want the idea to be copied. But
Fair.
it's going to launch in about 6 months. But I'm very excited about it because it's the first time I think I'll be playing music which is not just entertaining but educational as well.
Whoa!
For the campus shows. And it's something which has been in my
Wow.
mind because I
Wow.
perform and I see these kids having fun. But I thought, what if we put an educational element where it's not put onto them, but it's just
There.
imbibed, yeah. And subconsciously
Oh.
they'll take something away. So yeah, so it's a
Fuck.
6-month thing we are working on. So 2 months have passed and we are still in the ideation stage.
Wow,
but
dude.
execution is yeah.
Wow, I can't stop saying wow.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing, man.
Yeah, it would be. I'm really excited.
Dude,
like
it's
after a
gonna
long
blow
time,
up.
I'm excited about something because over the
Yeah.
last few years, things have been in a loop.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about this particular project.
Like the next stage, like you could do so much with that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's see.
Like
Can't speak much.
You did something like Jai Shri
Ram, yes. Yeah.
The crowd went crazy, bro.
So I think there's a whole awakening, or I don't know how to say it, in the whole Indian campuses where there's a lot of I don't even know how to put in words, but so I've been trying to look at that as well and
You're observing the
observing,
crowd.
yeah, yes,
Right.
observing the crowd, and obviously that's something they wanted, and yeah, I gave it out.
Whoa,
Yeah.
bro. Because like I think I saw a couple of posts only, and dude, like the second that thing comes and he's blowing the smoke or whatever, so the crowd is going crazy, Because by listening to because it's Jai Shri Ram.
It's
right?
Jai Shri Ram, yes,
That's
yeah,
it.
of course, yeah. Like I said, I was not too religious back in the days, but over the last 1 year, 1.5 years, yeah, it's like I've turned a bit. Not too much.
You're going.
I'm going there.
Slowly.
Nice.
Fair. So,
Bro, like, wait, I want to know what your real name is. We've been having this conversation for a while now.
Yeah, so my real name is Satirth. It's a unique name. I think I'm the only one in the world to have it.
Wow.
At least till about 5 years back. I used to check on Facebook and Google, does anybody else have this name?
do you just trademark the name?
Yeah. No, I don't. My vision is that I want to become that famous that people put their kid's name as Satirth. You know that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my.
Sick.
But everybody
But
calls
you,
Shadow
but
only,
but
right?
you're like embodying Shadow right now.
I know,
right?
but it should be
you
like
want everyone to
everybody
be
should.
Satirth.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, the name is unique, and when I was a kid, I used to hate the name.
Yeah.
And I could not even say it out myself properly, and then I used to tell my dad I want to change my name, and then my parents used to say you'll have to wait till 18, turn 18 to change your name. So I used to hate my name, and because kids used to make fun of it, they couldn't
I think
pronounce
you would
it.
get bullied.
Bullied,
on the
yeah.
Name, right?
But when I turned 18 and I started going out and going to the bars and people started meeting me and they used to ask what's your name, and it became a conversation starter.
Yeah.
And there I was like, okay, this is not too bad. They would like,
Yeah.
what's your name? What's the meaning of it? Or who put
Yeah,
it
what is
down?
the meaning of it, man?
So it means Satya plus Tirth. It's like a pilgrim for truth.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Oh. See, that's where he's going. Like,
Yeah,
so I was
I'm
just
still on
telling,
the journey.
Yeah, you're on the journey to like going.
yeah, even the
towards that.
monk said, I'm a blessed soul, that I have something in me that will be awakened later.
Wow, wow. You need to go to Kasol again, bro. For the
I was
awakenings.
saying last time, my Pandit is telling me your Shani is only going on.
Wait, I thought you don't believe in this.
But he keeps telling me. and
Look
I
at that,
See,
keep-
that's the
at
thing. Look, the non-believers are going to the Pandits, bro.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You're going
So
to the
thing is-
wrong,
okay.
like,
So the
this
thing is, my mom calls me. She's like, "Oh, I spoke to the Pandit,
Uh-huh.
and he told me tera Shani chal raha hai." And
Okay.
I was like, okay, but last year.
So is
year,
it
I don't
done
know
or
how
it's still
many
going on?
years, bro.
What's the scene now? What did the
I don't
Pandit
know.
say?
Like I don't know. Like
Shani chal raha till when, bro? Can't be for
okay,
life.
there was a time when a Pandit told me
Uh-huh.
because so we had puja in the house and. My mom, my dad, and everyone came and they're like, "Chalo puja karte hain." And all this Pandit came up to me. He's like, "हर Wednesday को
Okay.
एक मच्छी आजाद करना."
Machi.
Machi.
Yeah.
But how do you catch?
Fish, पकड़ के वापस डाल दो.
Fish. He's like,
So you need to catch one and then you
catch the fish और आजाद करना.
Okay.
And then same day he's like, from now on you cannot drive the car. And that time I just turned 18 and I got my license. Like
Okay.
that time only. And then he's like, Asana, like you can't drive the car
Alright.
because I don't
Bad
think
time.
it's not a bad time for you. But my dad was like, okay.
And did you drive the car or not?
Of course I drove because I dropped him back home to his hotel.
Oh, yeah, the Pandit, I remember this.
Yeah.
But nothing happened.
Yeah,
the
nothing happened.
Pandit told him not to drive,
Yeah.
and he went to drop
Drop
the
the
Pandit.
Pandit.
Yeah, and the Pandit said, "Acha, main ghar chhod raha." Yo, you just like.
Have you ever been to like someone like this?
Yeah,
Like a Pandit or, like,
I've met a
what's
few
your experience
astrologers.
been?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's bad and good. I think sometimes they get it right,
Yeah.
and I think it's also about the interpretation, right?
Yeah.
But I strongly believe there is something beyond, because how can they just look at the stars in the time of birth? So I wish somebody had done some research on it.
Yeah.
You know, like why don't they do a scientific research on this? This would be
Probably they
amazing.
Yeah,
did,
even I would
probably
like-
They did, and then nothing came out of it. You know what I
But
mean?
there are some
Probably
things.
you can't
yeah.
just say probably and like dismiss it. You know
So
what
when
I mean? Like,
so when I remember one of my family astrologers did mention that I would become an artist, and he compared that I would become someone like in the South we have an actor called Mammootty. So he said I would
Whoa.
become somebody as
Famous as-
famous and busy as him, and he said there would be a time after 10 to 15 years that I would have to meet you on a flight because you wouldn't be on the ground. And this is I'm talking about long time ago when I have not even been catching flights, nothing. Like the only time I would catch a flight was to go back home to Kerala, from Dubai to Kerala once a year. That's it. And he had told me this at that point of time, and I was like, yeah.
did that give you the confidence to do it, or like, do you think it just happened?
I think it just happened. Though there's other crazy incident which happened. I think when I was in school, I was in 5th standard. So I was a nerd in school, but there was this. I'm not too sure. There was a class where you had to do an extracurricular activity like music or.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't believe it, but I used to fail in the. I did Indian music, Western music, and I was not good at it. Anything.
Yeah.
So finally, I went to this dramatics class, and I was supposed to in the play. I was supposed to act like I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a role. That was I
Yeah.
think I guess it couldn't have been easier than that.
You gotta just sleep, right?
I had to just sleep, but
Did
I
you
just
pass that?
I just opened my right eye to see is it my cue, and everybody in the audience laughed. So then my teacher called me and he's like, "What's wrong?" And I said, I don't think I'm good at this. This is not what I'm born for. Like, I want to study. I told him I want to study. I was such a So he took my hand and he said, "But have you seen your hand?" So I said, "Why?" So he's like, back in the days, centuries ago, when kids became adults, they used to show their hand, and you had two options, either to go for pottery or artistry. And if
Okay.
your hands were soft, that means you're an artist. And if your hands were a little on the rougher side, then that means you have to go for pottery. And he said, "You are a born artist. Look at your hands." And he inspired me that I kept thinking at that point of time that, okay, I'm an artist.
Yeah.
But that was when I was 5th standard, so I forgot about it. But
Yeah.
when I did become, start DJing, at one point of time, I thought about the incident, and I'm like, wow, was he like real or was he just...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro, that's the thing, man. I'm telling you, you gotta like pick up some few cheat codes here and there, bro.
So I don't
These
know,
guys
like
give
maybe
some
there was a
cheat codes.
sign or I have no idea. He was
Yeah.
just trying to motivate me to...
But it worked, right?
It
for you?
worked, yeah.
Somehow, whatever you might call it, it happened.
It did. Yeah, the second time I slept properly in the play.
now I'm
Okay,
thinking
I'm an artist.
now I'm thinking what Arijit told me about being a farmer must be true. Maybe I
Yeah, maybe you should just go because the
Okay.
thing is, according to me, okay, my analysis.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
So you have no grounding. Okay. This is how just Ronak is. Like grounding is like down to earth. You are not down to earth. Do you get it?
How? Like, what do you mean down to? Of course I'm down.
Okay,
to
so if I give you $100, you're the kind of guy who will go and spend the 100 dirhams. Okay, at least 90 dirhams of it, and then you'll be like, okay, what do I do?
Let's
with
test
this
it
10?
out.
Yeah.
But I know it's his childhood. Okay, so that's called somewhat like no grounding. Okay.
Okay.
So what farming does is when you're farming, all of these farmers usually they farm bare feet. Now when they farm bare feet, their whatever feet are touching directly on the ground. So now you're connected with nature. that
With
way.
Mother Earth.
With Mother
Wait,
Earth.
how is that even related?
Now
to
when
me?
you connect to Mother Earth, you get the vibrations from there which will bring you down. It makes
So why does he have to farm for that? He can just walk barefoot.
Yeah, I could just walk barefoot.
But he won't, right? He doesn't have purpose. For what is he walking? He doesn't know. But if he's farming, he's doing something else, and at the same time, you're getting grounded.
So how are you grounded? Are you grounded?
I go to the beach every now and then. That's only for grounding. I went to a beach yesterday.
Just to ground.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Dude, how does that even happen, man? Like,
Dude, the thing is, till you don't do it, you won't know. Right? So, I'm someone who's just doing it.
Don't ask me this question though.
But are you going to ground yourself? Or are you catching a flight tomorrow?
Does being naked most of the time count to that?
Are you rolling in the sand and like naked, like in the beach? Then yeah.
mother was like, what is happening?
Ross is most concerned about what his mother thinks about what he
Mother
said.
Earth.
Mother Earth. Sorry.
All right.
Okay, so let's come to the point. I wanted to ask you what has been the biggest what the fuck moment professionally and personally
Okay.
in your life?
I think professionally, when I started DJing, there was a dream. Like, this is what I want to achieve. Then I would think that this was my moment. So I used to be a huge Shah Rukh Khan fan, like a mad Shah Rukh Khan fan. I used to think the day I play for SRK is the day I think that I've made it.
Yeah.
And like about 10 years ago, I did end up playing for Shah Rukh, but I didn't get the vibe because I was not booked by SRK himself, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like playing for him and I thought, was this what I aimed for? And I was like, nah. And then I did end up playing for his house party in Palm Jumeirah. And for me, that was like that was it. And I did get to meet SRK, and he's such a humble guy. When he was walking out after the party at 7 in the morning when everybody has left, and he's walking out and I'm packing up my stuff, and he comes to me and he's like, thank you for making us have such a good time. Usually we don't play so much Bollywood in our other parties, and we really didn't think that we would enjoy it, but we had a great time.
Damn.
So for him to come and tell me all this, I was like,
Wow.
That's
wow, that was
crazy,
like,
man. Like you felt like
like
I've done something now.
yeah, I'm the Don now.
You're the Don, bro.
I'm the Badshah.
I'm Shadow, bitch.
I'm the Badshah. So that was, I think, my WTF moment in the professional side.
Yeah.
I think the personal side, so this is a girl I was really in love with. I had gone madly in love with her.
Yeah.
Before that, I was just dating, how, as Dubai kids we are.
This is like when? Like in college? School?
I think a few years after college.
Okay.
Yeah, a few years after
So
uni.
like recently?
Yeah, last year. Yeah. So, but I used to think I'm the king of Dubai because I used to play at these big clubs. There used to be a lot of crowd which comes for me. They used to scream, and I used to have this huge circle of friends, a lot of girls, and I used to be like, wow, can't get better than this. I'm like the king. I used to think that and walk around, Badshah, yeah. So then I used to date this girl, and we went for a staycation one time, and then we ended up spending a few more days there than expected. We went to the spa, we ordered a lot, drank a lot. And then when I had to pay the bill, my card got rejected.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
there goes all the romance you had.
So I think so that was the time when I also realized that what am I doing in life? She was asking me, what are you doing in life? Like, because I was earning or spending. That was the kind of lifestyle I was having. No grounding. Yeah.
Get it? You get
and
it?
I had no ambition, because I thought, okay, I'm playing every weekend in Dubai. Crowd is coming for me.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid. I'm having... I'm going out every night. People are hosting me. I'm like, people are loving me, and that's it, right? That's what life was for me. So then, at that point, I think I realized, no, I need to now have a bigger plan.
Wow, dude.
Wow.
Who paid the bill?
Yeah, who paid it?
She did.
Did you pay her back?
Of course he did.
Of course I did,
Next
yeah.
week, yo, with interest, baby.
But,
Fair, dude, that's crazy, man. Like, so in that moment is when you're like, fuck am I doing? Like,
yeah, she was really nice. I think all the girls who have been in my life have taught me a lesson at some point of time. And she did teach me that, okay, if I'm just going to do this, if I'm just going to be happy in my own bubble, because I was the king of my own jungle, right?
Yeah.
But that's not going to, after a few years, people are, there's going to be somebody else who's going to replace you. So you need to have bigger plans, bigger things to do.
You need to keep progressing.
Progressing, yeah.
Like how you were a DJ, then producer.
Yeah, and like I said, like from the Dubai market, I wanted to move to the India market.
That's a difficult thing to do, I think. Very difficult thing.
Yeah, I think, for me, when I started off, it was difficult because I didn't know anybody in India. I didn't know anybody in Bombay. When I went to Bombay, I remember for 3 weeks for the first time. I was, I think, 22, 23 years. I didn't know anybody. I went there with a little bit of cash, and I was just like the struggle story, like it was like that. People are kicking me, like what the hell? We don't want to work with you and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's just about that perseverance, right? And just like that, I really want to go into the European and the US market next, because I feel music is now global.
It's a broader level, right?
It's a broader level.
Boundary.
There's no boundaries.
Like,
if Afro music, if Latin music could go so big, I really want to take Indian music across the globe.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
And whom are you looking to work with next?
Well, I've got 2 projects coming out next, which are complete. One is with Guru Randhawa back again.
Nice.
I always love working with him. We have a good vibe.
You have a connection.
We have a connect. I think I've known him for the longest in the industry, and so it's a Guru Randhawa and Rick Ross song.
Whoa!
Yeah, so and Rick Ross has been my personal favorite while growing up. I used to listen to a lot of Rick Ross songs, thinking I'm a gangster. So that's coming out next. I think in the next 2 months. But there's another song which I think I've worked on a lot. It's a Jason Derulo track coming out, and I think of all the songs I've done, this is the closest to me in terms of we have a vision when we start off that this is how we want the song to be, and this song I would say is the closest to that vision when we started off and to the end.
Wow.
So I'm really excited with the Jason song. It should release in the next few months as well. So these are the 2 songs I have coming out in the next few months, and excited.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Like, so I was again downloading songs. DJ Shadow Dubai remix. Download karo. So I came across you mixing songs of Russ. I've never heard any Desi DJ bring in Russ into.
Yeah, so it was a kind of
and he's my
mashup
most favorite
edits.
artist.
Oh, okay, alright, yeah.
Just want to put that out, yeah.
So I was just doing a few mashup edits because I was doing a lot of remixes, but I just wanted some easy to play. So funny enough, I put it out, and Parmish Verma, because the song was with Check It Out, Check Kar. So Parmish reached out to me and he said he loved it, and then ever since that, I think Check Kar has become like my anthem. Like mostly when I go out, like every other DJ is playing that Check Kar, Check Kar. And I was in India this whole month. We were playing Check Kar. I met Parmish again. We had a great time. I think next I should do a song with Parmish.
Yeah, it looks like I feel like something is happening.
No,
there.
not
like,
yet, but
you at the gym and this. Like I'm seeing some connection.
Not yet, but I think I should, because I really love his vibe and his songs. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we just put it out there, he'll be like, yeah, bro, let's do it.
If he's watching this podcast,
please, Parmish Verma.
Please, Parmish.
We need to see this collab.
Maybe permission, Russ.
Oh, wow. That'll be crazy, man.
Yes.
Fuck, dude. And I want to thank you
Yeah, thank you so much.
because I think we've come to the end of our
Oh, that's
time.
great. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
even know the time has passed. Yeah.
Yeah. It's time for you for your next meeting.
Great. Yeah. Just like I think how my DJ sets. I don't realize that. Oh, it's 90 minutes are done. I
Yeah.
don't realize an hour has passed. So
How
that's
was
great.
your time? Did you have a good time with us?
I had a great time. Yes, I think
Yeah.
it was different from other podcasts I've done. There's been little emotional stuff as well talked,
Yeah.
and I think we spoke a little bit outside of the music scene as well.
Yeah, I didn't want to just
And,
keep it like just music.
And we've been trying to ground Ronak as well.
Yeah, you both got to go to this beach, bro.
We'll talk about grounding later, man.
Fair enough. So, guys, that's DJ Shadow Dubai. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Dude, like, when we were trying to get you in here, he's like, bro, I'm not sure. I'm like, bro, please, let's just do it, man. Come on.
Yeah, sorry, I just,
Manifesting it, bro.
yeah, it's just that I've been in between tours, so I
Yeah,
just
I get
came
it.
down and just been 3 days in
Yeah,
Dubai.
you're just here for 2 days and you've given me 2 hours of your time.
Yes.
I'm eternally grateful for that, man.
Thanks, thank
a
you
lot.
guys, thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, bro.
Peace out, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. That's DJ Shadow.
Bye.
Boom.